Hi, this is the weekly reading for January 28th. Had to think about it. I'm a little late getting this message out. Did a little too much on Sunday and really hurt myself. So physically, I was really trying to struggle. So connecting to the other side, I just hadn't had a chance. So, and it's a good lesson for us that when we are hurting, whether physically because of something we've done or mentally or emotionally, we need to take those steps back and we need to really take care of ourselves for a little bit and sacrifice something that typically we would have done instead. So a little delay getting this out, but it's Tuesday, closer to the full moon, which is been very powerful for people with abilities for the last week or so, I would say. A little stronger this time around because normally it's not as much of an effect. But there's a lot going on with it, so we're being affected a little bit more strongly. Lot more spirits around, a lot more negative energy trying to come at us in general. So even those that don't have their abilities necessarily opened or under control, you will be affected quite a bit more yourself. Seeing more, feeling more, not feeling yourself, just feeling off. So there's quite a lot going on in general for us. And so right now, white light, sage with your rules of white light is what you need to do. Today is the first time that I actually had the urge to sage myself, because saging is good, but saging needs to be done with your rules, and that's where people usually don't do with sage. So, if you use sage, that's great, but you still have to put your rules, not the negative, nothing ill will, no one wakes me up, that kind of thing. But these last couple of days was the first time I felt the urge to sage, not in my whole entire property, in my son's room, which has been a sticking point for me for obvious reasons. But and my son has a message for one of his friends, so I'm going to do that separately, because he knows that sometimes he has to wait. Anyhow, okay, so let's get in it. So, Susanna Z, your mom wants you to know that life is wonderful for you right now, which is great. We always hear those. That you have everything in your right already in your way, and you're wondering if it can get any better. She's saying that yes, it can. That it will. There's a few other aspects coming your way, but in addition to that, in June, July, you're going to have an emotional hurt come your way, and it's going to feel really big, especially with how positive everything has been for you so far. But just remember, keep everything in perspective. You can handle it when it does come, and it's something that you must handle and you must deal with, and it's something that can't be avoided. So roll with the wonderful positive things that are occurring for you right now, because it seems like it started happening about 6 months ago. So just, roll with it. All right, let's see who else. Charles P., your mom also wants you to know that she's sorry. She's sorry that she didn't give you the opportunity to say goodbye. That you guys, I feel like you guys were fighting, that there was a little bit of animosity there. And she feels guilty to not give you that opportunity, especially since that's now haunted you all these years. So she wants you to know she's sorry, that you guys were fighting at the time and you didn't get the opportunity to say goodbye to her. But she heard everything that you said, and she since have heard everything that you said, and that she loves you, and that she'll always be watching over you. So again, sorry, 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 sorry. Kelly K and Kelly H. This is a dual message for you two, both from your grandmothers. So we got females, messages today. Both from your grandmoms. So the two of you are running down a similar path with each other. You can't seem to find your footing within your career, every time you feel like you found a passion or a step forward, you tend to revert backwards or you fall off the path. Many different reasons on why you've fallen off the path. And it's because you really aren't following your passions. You're choosing careers based upon what happens to be in your pathway, not necessarily what you want to do. And when that happens, the universe keeps knocking you off your path because they want you to find what you're supposed to do and what your true path is, which is usually what you want to do. A lot of times what we want to do, we can't financially afford to do. But this is why it's continued to happen. So both of you need to meditate on that particular path. And when you meditate, just go on YouTube, find a meditation video for clarity. Sit there, listen to it. Don't think of anything. If thoughts pop in your head that are not part of a pathway of what you should be doing and how to take those next steps, then immediately dismiss those thoughts and get right back in there and go into a blank state, kind of veg out. Those paths are come to you from your grandparents and your spirit guides to get you to the right place where you need to be. All right. Michael K. This is from your grandmother also. So, Mikey, you are struggling with various avenues: relationship, family, finances, everything. You're just trying to put out too many fires, There's a lot going on. I feel like your wife has financial issues, medical issues, which also causes financial issues. Your family in general, they just like to fight with each other, honestly. They just, hold grudges and like to fight. Financially, it's also because of where you're at this point. And so, pick a battle and go down that one. I know it's hard when everything is going wrong or everything doesn't seem to be working out. But, when it comes to family, you can put that aside. So then it comes down to your wife's health issues and the emotional stress that's putting you guys under and the financial issues. You can't really do much about her health issues without money. So it seems to me like focus on money. Focus on money, everything else will start to fall into place. You're going to struggle for probably about 6 to 7 months with that. And then once you have a set income coming into the home, things will get easier. Because I feel like your wife's health stuff you can get through the state because of your current financial situation. So that will help eliminate some of the stresses. But, you have to, unfortunately, as tired as you are, you're going to have to really bust your butt and work maybe for somewhere you don't want to, just to kind of get things moving along. There's two different ones. So a William P, and a Heather W. Used to are also similar for the message. It's coming from Grandma also. So love the females today. Female, female, female. We need it right now with this upcoming moon. So we all need the love. And interesting I say it that way too, because both of you guys need to feel loved. Neither one of you feel that right now. You're both in relationships, but you're either in ruts or you are currently fighting. So relationships are tough, and when we don't feel love, it's hard to be in one. It doesn't mean that you're not loved by the other person. It just feels like, life is just, the everyday life kind of gets in the way, and your significant others know you're going to be there. So if you're going to be there, then, I don't need to have to work so hard. Doesn't mean that they don't love you. And it's also a two-way street. When you both start feeling lack of love, you both shut down, and you guys don't give it out or say it out either. So just put one foot forward and you start saying it, start showing it too, and see what happens. I feel like both of them are going to turn around and stop feeling like, you're being taken for granted. So anyway, love and peace is all that we strive for every day, every one of us. Even our most miserable selves, in the end, that's really what we want. It's hard to obtain sometimes in our world of constant stress and constant go, 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 but in the end, it's obtainable, but we have to start within ourselves. We have to love ourselves first. We can't love anybody else until we love who we are as people and accept us for who we are. All our imperfections, all of our insecurities, everything. Love who that is, and then love will be reciprocated by others. So enjoy until next week. Next weekend is a busy weekend, but I should be on time next weekend for the weekly reading. Until then.